how long does a Facebook Live last before
Mhm.
it drowns in the algorithm or disappears in the abyss? Like your YouTube videos, like I mentioned, I have videos from 5, 6 years ago that are still generating leads for me, and I haven't touched them. And I'm not putting any ad spend into them, but I'm utilizing the search engine, and people are utilizing. They're on Google and YouTube every single day. They're not searching for the Facebook Lives that you did 6 years ago. Those are gone. But the YouTube videos that you make, they are evergreen lead generation machines.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan Hodge here from the realty firm Ryan Hodge Coaching and Consulting and the Integrity Vow, engaging your authentic self. And our purpose on the Rise Up podcast is to share and contribute to the real estate industry, entrepreneurs, and beyond with special human beings that are not just theorists, but are applying specific strategies, tactics, and having epic results. And today, we are so blessed to welcome Marley Jaxx to our podcast. So Marley, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
If you don't know Marley, and if you have been following along with digital marketing and the likes of people like Russell Brunson and other great marketers around the planet, you certainly should know her by now. She has been an award-winning strategist when it comes to video, growing your business with organic YouTube, and she has created a phenomenal program that I think will benefit anybody right now, VIPcode.com. And I'll give you some more information at the end of this. But Marley, take us inside of who you are, what you do, and I guess what's led you to be one of the top digital marketers on the planet right now.
Well, thank you. My story is kind of funny. I was a dental hygienist before ever even considering becoming an entrepreneur. The only thing I knew about entrepreneurs I had learned from The Apprentice, like the Donald Trump primetime kind of show. And I had no idea that I had anything in me to run a business. But I was a dental hygienist, and before that I worked in radio and television and event management, and spent a lot of time doing social media and kind of journaling and reporting with celebrities that we were doing events with, or doing things on the radio shows. And then that industry was a little bit unstable, both in the jobs security space, but then also the people not the kind of people I really wanted to surround myself with all the time. So I went to something very stable but also very boring. So
Okay.
all day. You can only be so creative. So I went into dental hygiene, and I was bored between patients. So I started doing their social media just because I knew how, and got some great results for the dental office. And then their IT guy was like, "Hey, would you be interested if I referred you to one of my clients? Would you want to do social media for them? They'll pay you." And I was like, "I didn't know you could get paid to do this kind of thing. Cool." Well, next thing I know, he's referred me to all of his clients, and I all of a sudden have a business. And my clients were asking me a lot of the same questions over and over again. So instead of having to answer them over and over, I started making videos, and I just put them on YouTube to be like, here's the link so you can watch like the full, description, answer, thorough response to your question. And some of those videos started to take off. Like, it wasn't just my clients who were watching them. It was people from the other side of the world and people I'd never even heard of before. And I was like, could I do this again? Could I do this on purpose? Could I do this for my clients? So my little social media side hustle turned into a video marketing agency, where now we have clients that fly to our studio, and we create all of their video content that turns into an evergreen lead generation machine and can help them to sell even high ticket on autopilot.
So amazing. And I mean, let's talk about your list of clients, because I know that you've worked with, the likes of Alex Charfen, Damon John, all of these people. Now, did this just happen through YouTube, or was it, through the power of connection? Because that's a pretty good Rolodex that you've got going there. And I know that you're working with all different types of businesses and people through this program as well.
Yeah. Some of it was through YouTube. I think a lot of it was through relationships, connections, introductions, but having the YouTube channel is always a really great background. I think when you're looking into someone, the first thing you do is Google them. Well, Google owns YouTube. So what's going to come up? Often a lot of videos where people can see your expertise, your personality, see even just the vanity metrics of how many people is she impacting through her videos, and why should I trust her? So the YouTube channel, you never know who's going to be your next opportunity that could find you through a simple Google search.
When you talk about YouTube in particular, I know that, myself included, I can find YouTube extremely frustrating. And I think that you can probably lend perspective to it because, I've been on Facebook for so long and I'll get, thousands and thousands of views on certain videos. But I don't necessarily that it's doing for me quite what YouTube would, but YouTube just seems so tough to grow your channel. And it's like just a snail's pace for subscribers. What is it about it that you have this phenomenal success in creating it? And how long does it take for the average person?
Well, I think you kind of nailed it there, is that it's not an overnight success. And as entrepreneurs, sure, we want to be able to take some sort of action and see results from it right away. But being able to create an evergreen lead generation machine that perpetually fills your pipeline, that doesn't just happen overnight. But I kind of like to describe it as it's like owning real estate, but you own attention instead of rent attention. Like, sure, you can put money into Facebook ads and those ads will then just disappear as soon as you stop paying for them. When you create these videos and build a relationship with the YouTube algorithm, I have videos that I made in 2016 that are still getting thousands of organic leads every single month, just because I made the effort and I put it on the search engine, and I continue to build the relationship with the algorithm. And yes, YouTube is a long game, but when you do this, and if you do this every month for a year, your life and your business will be unrecognizable. You won't have to worry about generating leads. So it's honestly, it's an effort that is going to bring you compounding interest instead of having to continue to pay to play.
So one of the things about video, though, is getting on video in front of a camera. And so many people have such a huge fear to that. What insight can you lend to people getting started? Because I know there's so many people that can share their story, bring their personalities out, and I know what it will do for their business, myself included in certain spaces that I don't. But there's that fear factor that, people just don't want to get on camera.
Yeah, I get that all the time. What if I'm afraid of the camera? And I kind of just break it down like, let's be real. You're not afraid of the camera. It's a piece of metal and plastic. You are afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. You're afraid of judgment. But what if that thing that you're afraid to do, that resistance you're feeling, if on the other side of it is a breakthrough for yourself or the people that need to hear it? And so, when people come to me and say, well, I don't know if I can because I'm afraid of the camera, I kind of just am like, okay, well, that's up to you. But the outcome of it is going to be huge. And a month, 3 months, a year from now, when your competitors are doing it and you're still left behind, you might want to change your mind on that. But I'm never going to be one to, I can give all the motivation and the speeches and the encouragement. But if some people aren't ready, then they're just not ready. And I'm like, well, you're doing yourself and your audience a disservice.
For sure. It makes sense. You've got to get out of that comfort zone. You've got to take action. I think, when you take action, you get a result. Massive action, massive results. How often do people need to, be posting on their YouTube, in your opinion, to start gaining traction, to start growing, and then hopefully at some point, maybe even to start monetizing?
Yeah, at minimum once a week.
Okay.
We have seen the fastest results when our clients do 5 days a week. And I know that sounds like a lot, but we actually have a system that shows you how it can be very simple. And the results, the rewards of it, just massive. Like, we have clients that within a year get to over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. They're generating thousands of organic leads a month, and the YouTube ad revenue, which is totally just cherry on top. I don't even focus on that for ad revenue, but they're making tens of thousands of dollars, just YouTube paying you just to put their ads in front of your videos.
Wow.
So if that's, if it takes some time, maybe like 1 day a month for you to batch film 20 YouTube videos, that's an effort that is going to bring you compounding results. That's time that I think is a worthy investment.
When you look at, I guess, the content dynamic, I know that can be very overwhelming for people as well, because, okay, somebody gets over the fear of shooting a video, they get it up on YouTube, but then it's what's next. And you've created a system where I believe, somebody can actually get about 6 months worth of content done, and then they can use that, over time, where it's just all done for you. How does that work within your platform?
Yeah, we have different strategies where we can help people to do it themselves, and we also have a studio that clients fly out to. But basically, it's a similar process for every client, that we reverse engineer, like, what's the outcome of what success looks like to them. Is it a revenue number? Is it an amount of leads generated? And what are they selling? Like, what's the transformation that they provide for their audience? And how do we break that down into bite-sized pieces of content, these like 10-ish minute videos that go on their YouTube channel that have a strong call to action that drive people into their funnels. And then from there, they're nurtured into potentially becoming a paid customer.
So let's talk about funnels then, because I think a lot of people may not necessarily understand really what a funnel is. And I know that following along with you, it's actually allowed me to gain more perspective on, what a funnel actually does. But can you describe a funnel for somebody that, maybe has heard the word, but really doesn't know what that means?
Yeah, so we're talking about sales funnels, not the little tool that you have in your kitchen. But if you think of the visual of a funnel, it's like the open top, and then it kind of gets narrower and then has a small opening for the appropriate amount to funnel through. And so you kind of look at that as your audience. You can have this wide net of an audience, and then as they move through the funnel process, you generate and nurture and convert the right leads into becoming paying customers. And so a sales funnel does that, where it helps you to generate a lead and nurture them towards the purchasing decision, and then help them to overcome any objections, help them to see the benefits that you provide them, so that they feel empowered to make that purchasing decision. So a funnel could be, a landing page where they can put in their email address to get more information, and then be nurtured through some more information towards buying something. It could just straight up be a sales page that provides a lot of information, and then can also funnel them towards a higher price point. And it's bigger and better than just any other website.
Does it require a lot of, time, cost to create these funnels, or can it be done, by average Joe?
Definitely by average Joe, and there's tons of different softwares. We even provide a lot of different funnel templates that people can use. If they go to jaxfunnels.com, we have lots of funnel templates that they can just plug and play, and just change out the copy, the content on the page with what they're all about.
Awesome. You look at the frequency of 5 times a week. I mean, even for myself, that seems overwhelming, but I get it. I get the consistency. I think it's the same as email. I mean, a lot of people say email's dead, but I know that the more consistently that I email, the better results I get for all the spaces that I'm in. What about the other social media platforms? Do you feel that it is still as important? Because I mean, if YouTube's your thing, obviously that's one thing, but people still need to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, all these other platforms.
Yeah, and I still utilize the other platforms, but I look at YouTube as my priority and Instagram as my playground. Like, when you look at the effort that you can make in making a YouTube video versus a Facebook Live or whatever, any other platform, you name it, how long does a Facebook Live last before it drowns in the algorithm or disappears in the abyss? Like, your YouTube videos, like I mentioned, I have videos from 5-6 years ago that are still generating leads for me, and I haven't touched them, and I'm not putting any ad spend into them, but I'm utilizing the search engine, and people are utilizing, they're on Google and YouTube every single day. They're not searching for the Facebook Lives that you did 6 years ago. Those are gone. But the YouTube videos that you make, they are evergreen lead generation machines.
And what does evergreen mean for those that don't understand it?
Yeah, evergreen means that it's lasting. It's not disappearing. It's something that is constant, whether it's today, tomorrow, or years from now.
When you look at the real estate industry, which is, my main playground, so to speak. How do you feel that this could apply? Because, right now I see a lot of people that will talk about video, but they, are just posting, their listeds and just solds. And it's what every real estate agent on the planet's doing. And I don't think that you can differentiate from your competition that way.
Mhm.
Any words of advice or wisdom for, a realtor or somebody that's, looking to, I guess, dominate their market?
Yeah. Um, Definitely we want to do things that are different from the norm. But you think of like, what are the questions that your clients or potential clients are asking? And they could be asking you, or they could be asking a search engine. They could be typing it into Google and looking for articles or blogs or videos. And what if your video came up answering that question? In that video, you provide them the solution, you show off your charismatic personality, and you build trust. And people are going to work with people that they trust. So when you are able to create that impression online, and you can be reaching hundreds of people, thousands of people just by creating those videos. That's one of the fastest ways, I think, to be able to grow your business, is by having videos that can reach one to many instead of just working one-on-one.
For sure, for sure. When you look at how long you've been doing this, and I would say that, your consistency is, beyond the norm. How do you keep motivated and inspired to keep going, to create, fresh ideas, to, keep differentiating? What's the secret?
The results are pretty motivating. When you
Yeah.
see that it's working, you're like, I'm not going to stop doing this. It's reaching people, it's helping people, I'm growing, I'm learning. And yeah, you'll never run out of creative ideas, you'll never run out of topics to speak on. There's also tools that we use. There's lots of softwares where you can actually see what are people searching for. I have a training where I teach how to come up with hundreds of video ideas in less than an hour. And if we're doing 20 videos a month, great. Like you've got several months worth just ready, waiting for you to film them. So I certainly, get and I've had that question of like, what kind of content do I create? What do I speak to? Well, we actually have the data to know, here's how many people are searching for this sentence every month. Great, create a video on it.
Oh, it's like ninja type of strategy.
Yes.
VIPcode.com. Can you give some insight on what people would expect to, get involved with that, and what they'll be learning if they decide to, get involved? Because I think it would be great for, the real estate folks that I work with to
Yeah.
get to know you better.
Yeah, I'd love that. It's thevipcode.com.
Okay.
And it is our entire strategy that we have turned into a monthly membership. And we open it a few times. So if people are joining us right now, it would be a great time. We have taken what we charge our clients, over $100,000, to implement for them, and turn it into a do-it-yourself system with also our coaching. It's 4 simple steps. It's the 1 day a month video marketing strategy that will generate leads for life. And for real estate, really for any business, if you want to grow, you need leads. And so it's all the systems, all the steps broken down, and giving you the tools for how to come up with hundreds of video ideas. We teach you how to edit your videos in 5 minutes or less, how to post them, how to optimize them, what to say in your videos, because I know that's a big thing of like, how do I show up? We have a very simple formula that's like, just these 5 steps in your videos over and over. And that's what's going to keep people showing up to your videos, keep people watching. And the other fun thing is we've gamified the whole program, because there's certainly times where people will be like, this is hard. I don't know if I can do this. Well, we actually reward our members with, we have t-shirts and we have pins. We send them when they sign up these lanyards. And every time they complete a module, we have these shiny pins that we send to them. And I kind of joke that I'm like, don't get shiny object syndrome. This works. And I'm literally going to send you these shiny pins after you complete this. And people inside the program, they're already like, we have lots of done for you templates for your sales funnels and for your videos. And people are generating leads and making money from it within their first month, as long as they do the work.
So good. And so this is a monthly membership?
Yeah.
Awesome. So blessed that you could join us. What's next for you in your world, and where are you going next?
Well, certainly walking the walk with our YouTube channel. We're doing 5 days a week and showing our clients how this is generating tons of leads for us. And we're creating case studies from ourselves and our clients, but then showing how, that's the content machine. Now you also need the cash flow systems that are going to funnel those people into selling high ticket. So we're documenting all of that and showing how everyone can make a content machine and cash flow systems to sell and generate 6, 7, or even 8 figures of revenue. We have some clients that are making over $10 million a year using this.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations on all the success, and certainly appreciate your time today. I can't wait to see what's next, and we will certainly make sure that everybody gets to know you a little bit better in my world. So everybody, Marley Jaxx, I will certainly post all of her content information, how you too can get connected with her and really learn how to work within the content and video space. I think will be beneficial for your business. Marley, thanks so much for being here today.